45 million people within the U.S. are living in poverty. When you bring that down to Montgomery County, 16% of Montgomery County citizens are living in poverty. And that's slightly above the average for the state of Ohio and also for the United States as a whole. So when you translate that into numbers, we're looking at 82,000 people that are living in poverty here in Montgomery County.
The effects of poverty go beyond the individual. In many cases, many of the families that Miami Valley Works will be serving involve children. And so it's really about helping the family and providing them the supports they need to help that family move out of poverty.
When the economy went south, it hit Dayton especially hard, and we really began to discover how deep poverty went when many of the not-for-profit partners we work with were coming to us saying, we've got waiting lists, we've got people in need. And I think that's when we really started thinking seriously about poverty in our community.
Part of the Dayton Foundation's mission and role in the community is to select high community needs and organize initiatives around those. And Miami Valley Works is one of those initiatives. With the help of the Dayton Business Committee, Goodwill Industries, and a steering committee of over a dozen community volunteers for the past 3 years, we've been working on and studying how to eradicate poverty in our community.
People living in poverty have limited access to education, they have limited access to health care. Those issues create a situation where they're less healthy, they're less able to gain education and knowledge that allows them to gain a greater position or a higher paying job as they get older.
This came to us through the Commission on Minority Inclusion, which is a partnership between the Dayton Foundation and the Dayton Business Committee. They had heard of this Cincinnati Works program, and they came to the Dayton Foundation and said, what if Dayton had this same kind of program here? Let's take a look at this. So that was the impetus. We started investigating Cincinnati Works, and it was stunning what they were doing for people in poverty. Not only were they helping people find jobs, they were doing it in a respectful way. They were helping to lift people out of poverty with the supports that people need.
In our community, we have a lot of initiatives to find people jobs. This goes way beyond. It really helps people with wraparound services to help them not only find a job, but to stay employed, and most importantly, to begin to move themselves and their families out of poverty.
This is not a job placement service. Miami Valley Works is a long-term retention operation in order to move people from poverty to self-sufficiency. Our plan is to take roughly 2,600 individuals over this 3-year period that want to move to self-sufficiency and provide them with job skills readiness training. Goodwill Easter Seals has a tremendous amount of barrier removal services. They have a great history of collaborating with support agencies, and so we intend to leverage Miami Valley Works within Goodwill Easter Seals to take advantage of all of those support services and collaborative relationships.
As with any Dayton Foundation leadership initiative, we'd like to put all we can behind it. So not only did we help convene the task force, the initial task force that studied whether this was a good idea for Dayton, but we helped to raise the $2.1 million that was needed to develop a 3-year pilot for this program. Basically anything that we needed to do to help lift this, we were in.
There's a lot of different ways that the community can get involved in this program. There's going to be a need for ongoing funding support. There's going to be a need for employers. There's going to be a need for volunteers. So there's a wide variety of ways in which people are going to need to step forward and say, I'd like to help, and to help make this program a success for our entire community.
I mean, the leadership that Dayton Foundation has shown to secure funding for the first 3 years has just been a phenomenal way to get this program up and running. I'm excited about the prospects here for Miami Valley Works. I think we've got an incredible community support group here. We've got a great leadership council with a number of community leaders who view poverty in this region as a serious issue. You know, I look at my job as a facilitator, sort of a facilitator of bringing together all these community resources to ensure that they work toward a goal of reducing poverty in our county here.